Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are doing the final book support group vlog. So that's what this is. I, for some reason, did not film an intro to this video. It's so bizarre of me. It's very, very weird. I have some recollection of filming an intro and it was like 11 minutes long, and maybe I just decided to delete the clip and come back to the intro again. But I'm starting to edit the video and I haven't come back to an intro. So we are just going to get straight into the next clip, which is me letting you know exactly what book I'm going to start off with. I think, again, if you think about the fact that maybe I already filmed an intro going through exactly what I was thinking of reading for this video, and then this next clip is me telling you what I'm going to start with, that's essentially what's happened here. I'm not going to go through a list of books with you because it changed. I can tell you that right now, it changed. So there's no point in me redoing that. So we're just going to get into the rest of the vlog. This is me introing the vlog. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please consider liking and subscribing if you aren't already. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get into the rest of it. Okay, hello. So I'm actually going to start off, I think, with Alchemy and a Cup of Tea by Rebecca Thorne. I am currently 38 pages into this and I can remember what's happened in this so far. This is the fourth and final book in the Tomes and Tea series from Rebecca Thorne. I love this series. We are following Kianth and Rhaena. Rhaena used to be a guard for the Queen, and she got to a point where she didn't want to do that anymore. She was seeing Kianth. She was in love with Kianth. Kianth is the most powerful mage in all of the lands, and they make a decision to basically run away to a quiet village. They want to open a tea and bookshop, and they managed to do that. They actually managed to get away, and throughout the last couple of books we've had different situations. So the first book was them like running away, the second book was them ending up getting involved in a situation with some pirates, and the third book was them basically putting on a fake wedding to try and take down the Queen. So this has all been building up to try and take down the Queen, and in this one I can't tell you too much about what is going on in this one because it will spoil the build up to how we've gotten here. But in this one, we do start off with Rhaena being kidnapped, and they've no idea who they've kidnapped. So we are just going forth from that point on. I can't tell you too much about what's going on with this, but if you're looking for a cozy fantasy, if you're looking for vibes of Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry, but with higher stakes, this is the one for you. It is queer, and the thing I love about Rebecca Thorne as well is that in the second book, she basically wrote her dedication to those people that complained that it was too queer, and she basically put, it's extra gay just for you, and I kind of love that. I think it's fantastic. So this is queer, it's got dragons in it, it is cozy fantasy, higher stakes than Legends and Lattes. I say that this is, if Legends and Lattes is high fantasy low stakes, this is high fantasy mid stakes, and I just would highly recommend it. The third book was my favourite so far. They've all gotten 4 stars. I think the third one got 4.5, and this one I'm super keen to get to, and I think it won't take me too long to get to this one, and it will wrap a series up. It's a final book. I'm so excited. So yeah, I am going to do this one. It also helps me out because I do have an arc of this one as well, and I haven't yet obviously gotten to it. My slump hit right at the wrong time, so it will be nice to get this one wrapped up and get it done and dusted, and then I think I might move on to Rainbow Grey and just get that boxed off. If I'm in the mood for it once I've finished the second one, I might just immediately move on to the third one to get that whole series boxed off, because I'm actually sick to death of seeing it, not just on my shelves but on my shelves unread, because it will stay on my shelves until Thomas gets some proper bookshelves. But yeah, at the moment I'm sick to death of seeing it on my shelves unread. Tired of it. So I will move on to that one, I think, and try and get that boxed off as well. But for now, I'm moving on to Alchemy and a Cup of Tea by Rebecca Thorne, the fourth and final book in the Tomes and Tea series. Hello. Okay. It is Friday. Sorry, I was just eating some toast. It is Friday. I can't remember the last time I updated you. Was it maybe Wednesday? I don't know. I am still making my way through Alchemy and a Cup of Tea. I'm hoping to finish this today, but I've also got some filming I need to do. I'm on page 110. I am not even close to being halfway through. But I have just under 3 hours of the audio left, so maybe I can finish this today. That would be fantastic. I've got a lot of stuff to do though, so we'll see. I do have some book mail though, a couple that came in yesterday and then a couple that have come in this morning from Titan. So I don't know what the hell they are. But yesterday's haul was Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is the Waterstones beautiful, stunning edition, and it weighs a ton. I don't know what they put in this book, but it weighs an absolute ton. So very excited about that. I have previously gotten rid of my other Rebecca Ross books. I enjoyed them, but I didn't love them. I wasn't obsessed with them and didn't think they needed to stay on my shelves. But yeah, I did want to get a copy of this one. Same end papers on the other side. So excited about that. And then the other book that came in, I wasn't expecting it to come in. So this originally had a release date of the 11th of September. And then it was pushed back to the 25th. So 2 weeks yesterday. And my copy came in yesterday of They Own the Night by Amy McCall, who is the author of Mina and the Undead trilogy, which I love. I read last year. I did start this last night and I got to page 58. So this will be in a different vlog. But yeah, I have started this one. I wasn't expecting it to come in. So it's ended up coming in 2 weeks early, but on its original release day, which is really bizarre. I don't know what's happened there with Waterstones. I don't know if they've made a mess of that somewhere or what, but I'm hoping it's not harming Amy's sales in any way, shape or form. Fingers crossed. I know there is a thing, isn't there? Like, then if they put books out in the store early and people buy it, I don't think it goes towards the author's sales for the first week or something like that. If it goes out in store early, I don't know if it's the same thing if it's sent out for pre-orders early, I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, how true that is, I don't know. I don't work in a bookstore, but yeah, those two came yesterday. Very exciting book mail. And then from Titan today, I have two, both from Titan as well. So let's see what we've got, shall we? I think it's got some extra bits. What is this? Whoa, how exciting. Rachel Harrison's Play Nice. I read my first Rachel Harrison very recently with Cackle. I also have such sharp teeth on my TBR. And I think Black Sheep or So Thirsty on my Kindle. How exciting. I've just put this on my wish list, actually, so I can take that off now. Thank you so much. So I got a little house flipping, the do's and don'ts of flipping your child home. I'm so excited about this because I really want to read some haunted house books in October. So this is going to be perfect for that. I don't know when this officially comes out, but is it out now? It might be out now. Hang on, let me check. It's saying the paperback came out on the 12th of September. That's today. I don't think that's true. The audio. Oh, the Kindle edition came out today, though. The audio doesn't come out until the 16th of October, though. Maybe this does come out today. I don't know. Regardless, though, thank you very much to Titan for that. Okay. I don't know if I was expecting anything from Titan. I can't remember if I've had an email from them recently to ask me did I want some stuff. This is a Smalley one. Smalley? Oh, how exciting. Oh my goodness. Titan coming through. What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher. I love this series, and I'm going to have to check to see if my brother's actually sold them. I really hope he hasn't, but I recently actually got rid of my other two in this series, and I don't know why I did it, because I really love the series. I think I got rid of them because I don't know if I'll reread them, but I actually really enjoy this series. It's so good. This one comes out on the 30th of September. This is the third one in this series from T. Kingfisher, which is what is the series called? Sworn Soldier series. The first two being, what is the first two? What Moves the Dead and What Feasts at Night. I just really enjoy this series. I really enjoy our main character, Alex. And yeah, how exciting. This cover though, stunning. Thank you so much to Titan for coming through with those. I also got a bookmark for What Stalks the Deep as well. So pretty with the other two on the back. I'm going to have to check with my brother and see if he's still got the others of these because I want to keep them. I think the other reason I got rid of them was that I had What Moves the Dead in paperback and What Feasts at Night in hardback, and it really annoyed me. So maybe I'm going to have to try and hunt down the first one in hardback. This is stunning. Oh, how exciting. Thank you so much, Titan, for these. Amazing. I can't remember if I've had an email back and forth with them on these or if they've just sent them to me, but regardless, I am buzzing my little head off. Thank you very, very much. What a day. Right, I'm going to go because I need to get some filming in. That's really perked me up, that as I'm not feeling too great, I've got to be honest. I have like I've got a little bit of a headache like around my eyes. I'm really struggling with my ears. And you know what, it is really weird? I mentioned in one of my recent videos that I've been really struggling with my motion sickness since I got back from Egypt. Is this thing even? Yeah, it is. Since I got back from Egypt, very much so struggling with my motion sickness. I had a really bad bout of it, like going down to Jade's in the car while driving. Never happened to me before in my life. And then when I got on the airbed while I was down there, again, never happened to me in my life. I slept on that airbed for a week earlier on this year because Andy had the flu and I didn't want to get it. Really bizarre. But some people mentioned that maybe it's my ears, maybe it's my hearing and I should nip to the doctors. And I'm wondering if I should. It's now Friday though. I'm probably going to have to wait till next week now. But my ears are feeling I feel like I'm underwater with my hearing. And I've always had hearing problems. I have glue and I was in and out of the hospital as a kid, constantly having operations to have grommets put in. But I haven't had too many problems since I was about 18, 19. But the last couple of, I don't know, I don't even know if necessarily it's been the last couple of weeks, but I've very much so noticed it this week and it's been really, like, I don't know, it's had me feeling very, very off. Your balance and everything had to do with your ears. So when they're not right, this is why I always put down my clumsiness when I was a kid to my hearing. And it probably was to do with that, but it's also, I think, part of my ADHD. But yeah, I just have been feeling very off with it. I felt very sick yesterday. I felt very, very unwell actually last night when I got home from work. And I ended up having a shower, eating a very minimal tea and then going to bed. I did read for a couple of hours, but I felt much better once I was in bed and I was like stable. Again, I don't know if this chair is going to be doing, I'm getting really dizzy now. I don't know if this chair is going to be doing me any good, like swinging back and forth in it. So I've really got to stop doing that, I think. But yeah, even as I'm talking, my hearing has gone funny again and I'm feeling very, very dizzy now. So I'm going to go try and calm down before I start filming this video because I've really got to film today for a couple of videos for next week. So I will check back in with you when I've finished Alchemy and a cup of tea. Okay, hello. It is Monday. It's officially day one of Final Book Support Group. I'm currently on sprints. And I haven't updated you since Friday when I told you that I was making my way through Alchemy and a cup of tea. I have now managed to just finish this. I don't know what time it is. I've left my phone over there and I needed it. Have I left my phone over there? Oh no, it's right there. It is currently 11 minutes past 11, angel numbers. Don't know what that means, but 11 minutes past 11 and I have finished Alchemy and a cup of tea, finally. So glad. There is nothing wrong with this book. I had a good time. I gave it 4 stars, but it just feels like it's dragged its ass. Considering it's just over 300 pages, I have dragged my heels with this book so bad and I don't even know why. I don't know how to explain it to you. I've started reading this, actually I was 36 pages in, but I came back to this book on Wednesday. It is now Monday. It's taken me nearly a week to get through it. It's so unnecessary. But I did enjoy this one. It was good. I can't say too much about it because it's the 4th book in a series. Not my favourite, not my least. I don't know if I have necessarily a least favourite in the series. I think books 1, 2 and 4 are all kind of in the same category. Book 3 is definitely my favourite in the series. Tea You at the Altar. That one was definitely my favourite. But a solid 4-star series and I had a good time with it and I'm glad that I have now come to the end of this series, finally. So, I have finished a book, thank the frickin' Lord. So, I am going to move on to Rainbow Grey, Eye of the Storm by Laura Ellen Anderson. In all honesty, I don't want to pick this up right now, but alas, it's on my 25 books in 2025, 12 books from 12 friends, and it's on my September TBR, so better to get it out of the way. I get it done and dusted, get it out of the way, and just wrap this up. I don't think I'll move on to book 3 and get that done and dusted. I might do later on in the week, but definitely not today. And then the next book that I'm going to move on to will either be I've done a poll with my patrons, so I would actually like to maybe wrap up Blood on the Tracks. I'm on to volume 13. There are 17 volumes in total, so I've got 5 left. So maybe I'll dip in and out of these, potentially throughout the week, we'll see. But I do have a poll going on at the moment on sprints, and it's between Soul of a Witch, Ghostsmith, and also my Vampire Plus One. These two are obviously end of the series, final books, struggles, final books. This one is a continuation station, so we'll see what comes of that. I'll either move on to that book next, whatever wins, or I'm going to move on to the God and the Guisin, which is also on my September TBR. So I'm just going to see how I feel later on when I've finished Rainbow Grey. But this one is a middle grade, and it does follow 10-year-old Ray, who's learning to master her magic, although things keep going wrong. So everyone thinks it's Ray's fault when all of the cloud creatures in Weatherlands start to disappear. So it is a middle grade. It's a heavily illustrated middle grade as well. It shouldn't take me too long to get through this. And then I'll be back to update you on my thoughts on this and hopefully move on to something else pretty swiftly. So that is going to be my plan for the rest of the day. This was a pretty quick clip. I'm proud of myself. Let's go.
I was quietly protective of my heart to reassure that I couldn't break to pieces and be left alone once more. If you hadn't been so patient, you'd be easy to ignore. You put up with all my till you didn't anymore. And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours, anywhere you want. Yeah, I'm yours, and now we're singing.
Okay, hellos. It is currently 10 to 4 in the afternoon. It's a bit later in the day. It's still Monday. I have now finished Rainbow Grey, Eye of the Storm by Laura Ellen Anderson. I'm glad I picked this up in the end. I wasn't in the mood for it, but I actually had a little bit of fun with it, and I was shooketh by the, second to last chapter. What the heckity heck, Laura? What do you mean? How rude. This was fun. And I gave it 4 stars. It was so nice to be back with Gusty Gav as well and see Gavin here. I love it. I love the fact that Gavin is in this book. That is so fun and so cute of Laura to add him in. I do think that I may try and get to the last one during this vlog at some point. I don't know when, but I might try and do it during this vlog at some point just to wrap the series up, then it's done. So I don't do this again because this has been on my shelves for the last 3 years. And I haven't picked it up. And I've got the 3rd one that has probably been on the shelves for the last 2 years. So I should probably pick the 3rd one up and get the series wrapped up. But I have made the decision to move into my next book, which was the poll pick that I've done. And this is a final book, and it is Ghostsmith by Nikki Powell-Preto. I've taken the dust jacket off the book. I do have the Feralute. It's windy as heck out there. The Feralute edition to match my Feralute edition of Bonesmith. And I did have to read a recap. Actually, I struggled to find a recap, and then I was panicking thinking I don't want to ruin this book by going into it, but I can't remember what happened. So one of my patrons actually suggested looking on Feralute's website, and because they've done the read-along for Bonesmith, and they do full-blown spoilers during that read-along. So I've just read through 5 days worth of spoilers for the book, which was great. It took most of the sprint, though. It took 30 minutes, I've got 40-minute sprint, 30 minutes of the sprint for me to read that. So I have started this, but only ever so slightly, and I am on page 12, and this is going to be my next read. So in the Dominions, the dead linger and they're very unpredictable, unless a bonesmith can sever the ghost from the earthly ties. And we're following Ren, who is a bonesmith, and she wants to become a Valkyrie, which is a ghost fighting warrior. She wants to really solidify her place in the House of Bones and try and get some attention from her very absent father. However, when her time comes around to do the qualifying trials, she's sabotaged and then sent away to the border wall. So, Ren is now desperate to try and get back in the good books of her family, and when she finds out that a House of Gold prince is kidnapped, she makes the decision to try and get this guy back. However, in order to do this, she's forced into an alliance with one of the kidnappers, who is Julian, and he is from the exiled House of Iron, who caused the breach and is the House of Bone's #1 enemy. Now, the breach is essentially where the vicious dead roam unchecked, and this is where the wall is that Ren was initially sent to. So, lots going on with that. There is a lot happening with this, and I really enjoyed the first one. It is pitched as Gideon the Ninth meets Game of Thrones White Walkers, and I would say that that's pretty accurate pitch, to be fair. So I really enjoyed the first one. Ren is an absolute badass. Like, this is Ren, and she is such a badass. She's very funny, and I really love the audiobook as well. And this book was a complete shock for me when I read Bonesmith. So I am very excited to continue on and finally get round to Ghostsmith. I do think that this could be a series that I reread again in the future and enjoy the second time round. But yeah, I'm having a great time so far. I'm glad I managed to find that recap. Thank you again to Anouk for finding me that recap. I truly appreciate it, because I was very worried that I could spoil the second book for myself. I was just going to do a couple of chapters, and if it wasn't making any sense, I was going to put it down and come back to it at a later date when I've got time to reread Bonesmith. But I haven't needed to do that now, so that is fantastic news. I now am up to date with everything that happened in this book, and I can go into Ghostsmith confident that I'm not going to miss anything too vital. So that is great news. So Ghostsmith is going to be the next book that I go into. I think I'm going to do the best I can today, but this is definitely going to bleed into tomorrow somewhat. And then I'm hopeful that maybe I can get to The God and the Guisin tomorrow. I would still really like to do the My Vampire Plus One for the Out of Sight, Out of Mind book, because I have an arc of the third one, so I would like to do the second one during this readathon as well, but we'll see what happens. My plans have now changed. I am not actually going away now to my friends on Sunday. There is a problem with the car. It needs to go in the garage on Wednesday. So there is an issue with the car, and I can no longer confidently travel on Sunday. So I'm having to delay that trip. Huge shame. I'm absolutely devastated about it, because I really hate to change plans like that, and I was very excited. So I'm gutted about the situation that I'm in, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, it is an unforeseen circumstance with the car. It is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. I just need to try and get the car fixed, and then I can plan the trip for another time. My friend is still coming on Friday, so I will be seeing her on Friday, but then I do have the weekend to get more reading in, so I'm not too stressed now about my TBR. I think I'll be able to get through a little bit more, which is great, because it took me so long to get through Alchemy and a Cup of Tea. I'm glad that Rainbow Grey was a nice quick one, to be honest. It was a quick sense of achievement, and I'm glad that I've done that one now, because I can also tick it off my 12 books from 12 friends, which is great. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. I'm actually going to change into my Udi, because I'm absolutely freezing. I'm very cold, so I'm going to change into my Udi and get some reading done. So I will check back in with you when I have another update for you. Good morning. It is currently 9:42 on Tuesday morning, and I have decided to set up shop here. My laptop is right behind you, ready for sprints to go, and I'm setting up here for the day. I was going to set up downstairs, but there's always that desire to want to put the telly on, and especially now that Great British Bake Off has started. So I'm going to try and resist doing that for these sprints today. I'm starting at 10 and I'm going till approximately 4 o'clock. Gavin always does sprints on a Tuesday, and I don't like to cross over with him, so because that's like his slot, if you like. So I like my Monday morning sprints are kind of like my slot, and Jade does like Wednesday evening sprints. She does hump day sprints. So like between the three of us, we tend not to cross over with each other. Otherwise, we just join each other's sprints. But I like to, when Final Book Support Group is on, or it is my 24-hour timer challenge, I like to do sprints on Tuesday as well. So I just tend to do like either 9:30, because that's what time I start my Magic Monday sprints, or 10 o'clock, just a little bit later, which is a good thing today because apparently I slept through my 7:30 alarm this morning. I didn't get up with Andy. I'm struggling to get up with him now that it's dark, so I need to try and get out of that routine and try and get back into the routine of getting up with him at 5:30, because that's when I'm most productive. I find that then if I stay in bed a little bit longer, I start to feel sluggish. So I just need to try and get back into the routine of getting up with him at 5:30, but I ended up apparently then sleeping through my 7:30 alarm. Either that or I didn't set it and woke up at 9:20. So that was panic stations this morning, that's for sure. But yeah, planning on doing sprints till about 4-ish. I did get to page 142 of Ghostsmith yesterday. It feels like I've not made a great deal of progress. Well, I haven't. It feels like I've not made a great deal of progress. I don't know what was going on with me yesterday afternoon once I got started with this. Rainbow Grey, I was like blasting through. And then this one, actually, I spent like my first 40-minute sprint going through Fairy Loot's website trying to get a recap on Bonesmith, which I managed to get. They do the read-alongs for the books that they do, and luckily they end up doing like a very in-depth spoilery recap of what happened in the book, which is great. But I had to read then 5 days worth of recap, and it took me ages. I was just going to read day 5, but I thought, no, I better read it all just in case I miss other stuff, which I had forgotten about. So I did that instead of rereading Bonesmith as a whole. And then I felt confident enough to carry on with this one. And luckily, nothing is out of place, and I know where we're at. So that's great. We are back with Ren and Julian and Leo, and things are going at a very fast pace in this one, I will say. I did spot one of my friends' Goodreads review actually on this, saying that they feel like this could have been split into 2 books, and like Nikki could have taken her time a little bit with the story that's going on in here. So it follows on directly off from Bonesmith, but yeah, I did see a review saying that this could have been 2 books. Maybe a little bit shorter than the 400 odd pages that it is now, but it could have been 2 books and gone a bit more in depth. I do feel like it's moving at a very fast pace and we're missing information. So I don't know. And maybe I agree with that statement. I won't know until I finish this book. But my aim is to finish this today. That is my plan. So I'm hoping that with these sprints today with my patrons, I can get this finished. And then I might treat myself to an episode of The Great British Bake Off. It has to be just one episode, though, because I will sit there and I will watch as much as I'm allowed, as much as there is. So I love The Great British Bake Off. I love it because I love baking. So yeah, I just need to make my way through this book today. And I'm hoping that I can start The God and the Gummy Hoe. I may even break Ghostsmith and The God and the Gummy Hoe up. Oh, sorry. I may even break the Ghostsmith and The God and the Gummy Hoe up with, not The God and the Gummy Hoe, The God and the Gwisten, with an episode of Blood on the Tracks. A volume of Blood on the Tracks, volume 13. I would like to wrap this series up, so maybe I will try and do that this week as well. It looks like I could actually finish Ghostsmith. If I can get to the 3rd Rainbow Grey, it's right here, Battle for the Skies. If I can get to this week, I could finish, what did I finish? Alchemy and a Cup of Tea, Rainbow Grey, Bonesmith, Blood on the Tracks. I could finish like 4 series this week. Oh, I did want to read my Vampire Plus One this week as well, though, so that I can move on to Road Trip with a Vampire. I don't know if I'll have the time. That is the only thing. We'll have to see. But yeah, maybe I could finish this series as well. If I don't have the time for Road Trip with a Vampire, I will try and fit it in elsewhere. Actually, I'm following this up with my 24-hour time challenge, so maybe I could just fit it in there. That could be a thing I could do, because I'm planning on getting to everything else on my TBR that isn't already planned for a video, and then on top. So I think that will be my plan, maybe. But yeah, just wanted to come on and give you an update on this and let you know that I'm craving Great British Bake Off. So yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to have a little bit of breakfast. I usually have started having toast, but I'm not in the mood this morning, so I'm just going to eat this, and I might have toast a little bit later on. And yeah, I'm going to get ready for sprints in 10, 12 minutes. So I'll check in with you in a bit. Okay, it is a little bit later in the day. It's still Tuesday. It's about, I don't know, something past 12. My phone's in the kitchen. I'm making some lunch, but this has just come through. And I thought that it was from Gecko because they are sending me something through the post. So I assumed it was that, but this is a lot heavier. I have snipped into it and very quickly seen a note from Jade. So I thought I would get the camera out and we would unbox it together. I immediately closed it. I have no idea what's in here, what it's for, no clue. So let's open this together and find out what the heckity is in here, because it's very heavy. Okay, a little boo from me to you. Happy spooky season, bestie. I would have made you a proper basket, but postage would have been a pain. Love you, rat bag, always. She is so fucking cute. That is adorable. She's drawn me like some little ghosties and pumpkins as well on there. That is so cute. Jade. Who pays the subscription? Viewer 2, viewer 3, viewer 4. That's so funny. In my family, we share subscriptions. So I think Matt pays for, oh no, Andy uses his mum's Netflix. I use my brother's. But I pay for Disney Plus and Amazon Prime. That's so funny. I love that. Got a cute little, look how cute that is. That is so cute. Cute little pumpkin. Okay, what else have we got? This looks pumpkin sized. That is adorable. It lights up. Oh, stop it. It lights up. Oh my God, that is so cute. That can go upstairs in the library. Oh, Jade. I fucking love her, honestly. She is so quick. She went insane when she went Halloween decor shopping the other day. I can just tell. A pumpkin pie reed diffuser. That is so sweet. I'm definitely going to open this in a second. Oh, it's actually got a recipe for pumpkin pie in it as well. That is very cute. Oh, love that. She texted me the other day. I've been Halloween decor shopping and I went a little bit crazy and was sending me pictures of a load of stuff. This makes lots of sense now. We've got a candle, a sand and fog one as well. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Halloween in a candle. That smells so good. It doesn't have a, oh, pumpkin spice flavour. Nice. Very cute. We've got a, I think this is a mug. Is it a mug? Or is it like a vase? Oh, it's ghosty. There's something in it. Okay, how cute is he? There's something in it. What is it a lid? What is it, Jade? What's in the ghost? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Keep calm and carry on. Oh, it's a mushroom candle. Look how cute that is. Oh, rat bag. Okay, I think this is the last thing. There's no I think about it, unless it's just paper stuffed at the bottom. And why is it pizza shaped? Ma'am, pass the parcel, pass the ghosty. Stop it! Oh my God, look at how cute. Oh, that's adorable. He's got a pumpkin on his head. Oh, stop. Jade, you are so freaking cute. Oh my God. Guys, I truly was not expecting this whatsoever. I can't remember if we've done a boo basket together before or not. That is so fucking cute. I'm gonna have to sort my shit out now. Oh my God, that is so cute. I love it. I love it. I love you. Thank you so much. That is adorable. That's made my day, I will say, because the weather is like weathering outside right now. It's definitely autumn. The weather went bare. I see your summer. Let's raise you in autumn. That is so cute. Jade, went, I love you with the whole of my heart. You are the cutest bean on the planet. It's so fucking cute. It's got some fin hairs on it too. I'm going to keep them forever. Joking. Oh, it's so adorable. I love it. Thanks, rat bag. That's made my day. How fucking cute is that? Guys, do your bestie a boo basket because it's going to make their day, let me tell you. That has really made my day. Thank you very much, Jade. I love you with the whole of my heart. Right, I'm going to get back to my dinner. You're so fucking cute, honest to God. I love you. I have a couple more parcels. This one is the one from Gecko that I was anticipating that ended up being Jade's boo box. So I thought we'd come back and open these with you. It'd be rude not to. So in here, we do have, very excitingly, The Glittering Edge by Alyssa Villar. There's a cute little note in here from Gecko as well. Oh, oh, Gecko, that is so sweet. Oh, bless you. And lots of love to your mum as well. Oh my God, that is so cute. They put a bookmark in that they found at their local library and was like, I hope you enjoy the bookmark that I put in. That is so cute. Winnie the Pooh one. Yeah, so this came in a YA box, I think, and then I'd heard really good things and I put it on my wish list. And then Gecko noticed that it was on my wish list and was like, I have the Fairy Loot edition. Would you like me to send it to you? So this is absolutely stunning. How pretty, because I don't get the YA box. But I've heard, oh my God, that's beautiful. I've heard such good things. Gorgeous. So yeah, thank you so much, Gecko, for sending me this. You truly didn't have to, but thank you. How stunning. That's so cute. And it's one of these as well. Stunning. Thank you so much, Gecko. And thank you for your note as well. Send my love to your mother. And this is from Waterstones and is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. I don't want to wreck this coming out of the box. So what we're going to do is significantly break into the box to avoid any damage, seeing as my last two books came damaged from Waterstones. It is Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. Look how pretty. Oh, that crack. It is signed by Lucy. I have mentioned multiple times that I'm going seeing Lucy in October the 1st. I'm going seeing her at Liverpool and I'm so excited. But I do have a US copy of this book coming to me so that I can annotate it and tab it up and take that with me to get signed because this is already signed. I may take this and my Waterstones Rewitched with me and maybe I can get them personalised, but I'm going to take my US ones. If she's only doing like a couple of books, I'll get the US ones done because they've been annotated. I won't annotate these, you see, because they're so pretty. Don't want to ruin the sprayed edge with tabs. So very excited for this one. Lucy does write very cute and cozy witchy books that have like a sprinkle of magic in them, but are mostly about like found family and maybe lost magic or whatever. Just so cute. So yeah, very excited about this one. Stunning. Right, I just came on to show you those. I've got to get back to reading. I'm aiming to get Ghost Smith finished today. I have 2 hours and 5 minutes left of the audiobook, so let's go. Good morning. I don't know if you can hear that. It's pouring down outside. It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning. And I thought I don't even need to hold this. I can attach it like this to my dress. I am dressed, ready to go about my day. I must be insane. This is the first time I've gotten up with Andy in weeks, maybe even months. So I had to actually get out of bed this morning and go and wake him up because he'd gotten up earlier and gone on the couch and he'd fallen asleep. So I had to go and wake him up. So I came down and did that and then that's it. Then I was awake. So I've just gotten up and I thought that I could make some progress in some books. So yesterday I did in fact finish Ghostsmith by Nikki Palpretto, the sequel to Bonesmith in the duology. So yay for that. And I liked this one. I really enjoyed it. I didn't love it as much as the first one. It was nice to be back with our main characters like Ren, Julian, Leo, and even see Anara again as well, and then meet a couple of new characters as well. There were a couple of instances in this as well where I was giggling and kicking my feet, and it wasn't even for the main love interests. So that was fun. But this did get gory at some times, a little bit dark. I really enjoyed the necromancy aspect of this. I thought it was super interesting, and I really did enjoy it. And this definitely gives, like, this series definitely gives vibes of Gideon the Ninth meets Game of Thrones White Walkers. So if you are a fan of Gideon, I would definitely try this series for sure. If you're a fan of this series, maybe try Gideon. I will say this one makes a lot more sense than Gideon. You're meant to be confused in Gideon the Ninth. If you're picking that series up and you're entirely confused, you're like, I've got to DNF this, I don't know what the fuck is going on. You're meant to be confused. Gideon doesn't know what's happening, and therefore we as the reader don't know what's happening. You're meant to be confused. So this, really enjoyed it. Really loved the writing style. Again, great to be back with these characters. The found family aspect of this as well was so good. And I loved the atmosphere of it as well. So I had a very good time with that. What I will say is that review that I mentioned when I picked this up about it, this could have been split into 2 books and made a trilogy, just extend it a little bit more and give a little bit more explanation. I would agree with that. Or I would say that this could have stayed a duology, but this book could have been maybe been 50 to 100 pages longer. I think that the ending with the wrap up of everything that's happening was a little bit rushed. There was a moment that we went to the Iron Citadel, and I feel like that entire moment was encompassed basically in like 2 or 3 pages and could have been a whole chapter. So I feel like we could have got more time in the Iron Citadel. We could have explored that a little bit more, and that would have been really interesting. But overall, I think it was the Iron Citadel. Anyway, I said that with my whole chest. I think it was the Iron Citadel. But overall, I enjoyed this one, and I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I haven't ran it through Corpal yet, but the rating on screen will be the correct rating. So yeah, really enjoyed this. That is a duology done and dusted. I'm so glad that I finally managed to get to this one. I can't remember if this came in last year or this year. 2024, yeah. So I have been sitting on it a little while because I read Ghostsmith November last year, I think it was. So I've been sitting on this a little while. It's about time I got to it. I think my intention was to get to it in January's final book support group, and then I just didn't. And then we've had another one at least since then. So yeah, I know for a fact my next read is going to be The God and the Guisin, so by Sophie Kim. This one is, as far as I am aware, and from everything that I can find on the internet, is a duology. I have had one person in my comments telling me that it's going to be a trilogy, so I don't know what is the sitch with this. There is nothing. I've had a look through, like, there is a author's note at the beginning that doesn't let us know. I've had a quick gander through the acknowledgements trying to make sure that I don't spoil myself for anything. There's nothing in there. There is nothing anywhere else that tells me that this is going to be a trilogy. And in the beginning, where it tells me other books by Sophie Kim, it just says Fate's Thread. I don't think Sophie uses like trilogy or duology, because we've got Talon's series as well, which is just a duology by the looks of things. Now, maybe this is a case of she writes them as duologies, but they're left open in case she wants to revisit the world again. Maybe, I don't know. But regardless, I'm going to go into this one next. This is the sequel to The God and the Gumiho, which I really enjoyed. And in that one, we were following Seiko, who is a fallen god. He's a fallen trickster god. And he is a detective now. And he's quite grumpy. He's been kind of exiled. And he's a really miserable dude. And then we're also following Hanny, who works in the coffee shop. She's quite fun. She's a gummy-ho. And basically, they end up having a little bit of a meet cute that goes incredibly wrong. It's a very bad meet cute. And then whenever they meet again, then whenever they cross over, because he might go back to the coffee shop or whatever, or they might bump into each other in the street, it's also always a little bit hostile. And then Hanny ends up finding out about this mystery, and she wants to try and get in with helping the detective that's working on this mystery. And somehow she manages it, but it ends up the detective in question is Seiko, and they end up working together on this mystery. Now, the ending of this book was incredibly shocking, and I did not see it coming for the life of me. And I was so shocked. I did give the first one 4 stars and I really enjoyed it, but it was the ending that has had me coming back for sure. I liked Actually, I love the characters. I was so invested. I struggled initially with Seiko, and I couldn't get past the fact that he seemed, if we were talking like real ages, because obviously these characters are like hundreds or thousands of years old, but his character, it seemed like he was maybe late 60s, early 70-year-old man, and Hanny seemed like she was in her early 20s. It was really bizarre, and I couldn't get past the age gap, so I really struggled to originally ship the pair of them. But once we got to know Seiko more, I got a little bit more invested. It's just the way he initially comes across in the beginning of the book. But yeah, I was really invested by the end of it, and then the ending shocked me. So, very excited to be getting to this one. I can't tell you anything about it because of the ending of the first one. I could tell you literally nothing about this one other than the fact that it's set on a ship where I think Lost Souls, if that is correct, cruise ship down the river of the dead. So everybody on the ship is pretty much dead, except for the fact that Seiko goes with his brother and his therapist. He's having like pretty intense therapy about what happened at the end of The God and the Gumiho. So yeah, something then happens on the ship. There is a murder on board the ship, and there is a mystery then to solve. So this should be an interesting one, and I'm excited to get back to it. I will say, actually, I'm having like a very strange moment of, because in the background, I'm also reading some arcs for an arc vlog that I'm doing throughout September that will come out early October. So I have read, I'm going literally like ending an arc and then starting the next one. So I read an arc that had a character named Dominate. And then I moved on to another arc immediately. Once I'd finished that arc, I moved on to my next arc. And the MMC in that was also called Dom. Very bizarre. Don't think that's ever happened to me before. Actually, I had a string of Lucas for a while. Not long, literally around the time that my nephew Luca was born, which was really bizarre because I'd not come across the name at all. So this one, we've got a Dom and a Dom back to back. And then in Ghostsmith, we had a moment of Ren, Leo, and Julian had to pretend that they were other people to get into a city, and because they were wanted. And Leo introduced Julian as Olaf. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Haven't heard that for a while. And then a little bit later on, we had a character called Elsa, and I was like, Nikki, are you a fan of Frozen by any chance? I was waiting to see if we were going to get an Anna. But yeah, we had that. And then in the current arc that I'm reading, where the main character for the second time in a row is named Dom, we've had a Elsa in there as well. Very bizarre. This never happens to me. I don't have character names back to back in books. So that was weird. In the space of 3 books, I've had 2 Doms and 2 Elsas. But yeah, just thought I'd share that tidbit of information with you. Has that ever happened to you before? Do you take note of stuff like that or not? Is that just me? Interesting. Anywho, I'm going to get myself a monster and I'm going to curl up on the couch and I'm going to do some reading for a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to read my arc or if I'm going to try and make some good progress in this. Maybe I might try and split my time a little bit. I do need to be at the car garage by 8:30 this morning in St Helens, which is about 6 miles away from me. The car needs to go in. I had an engine warning light flash up on my way to Jade's a couple of weeks ago when we were going down for the wedding, which was terrifying. If you may or may not remember, I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not, but I bought a new car back in June and I have had no end of problems with it. It's now currently 6:15. I need to be leaving the house at 8ish, which is another reason that I got up with Andy. I didn't want to run the risk yesterday. I was so late getting up. I was luckily not late for my sprints, but I was late in the day getting up. So I didn't want to run that risk again. So I've got like an hour and 45 minutes. Is that right? An hour and 45 minutes-ish to get some reading done, maybe an hour and a half so I can get myself ready to leave the house. I think my coat's in the car, which is just fucking brilliant because it's pissing it down. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some reading in. It will either be the God and the Greasing or it will be my arc. I don't know if the car's going to be in the garage all day. If it is, I'm going to have to come home on the bus and then go back later on on the bus to get the car. If it's not, and it's going to be just this morning, I will be going to work. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to get going, get some reading done, and I'll check back in with you later. Okay, good morning. It is Thursday. Struggles. This week has been a weird one. I can't remember if I updated you. No, I did. I updated you in the morning when I got up with Andy to let you know that I'd finished Ghostsmith and that I'd moved on to the God and the Greasing. So I went to take my car to the garage yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit of a write-off. It was productive to some extent, but it was a bit of a write-off. Because I wasn't completely in pause mode, to be fair. I tried to work through it the best I could, but I was hoping that they could sort my car out first thing in the morning and I could still go to work. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It's warranty work, so they don't prioritise it. Fair. So I dropped the car off first thing. I was back home for like 5 to 10, and then I was doing a little bit of coursework. I'm actually doing a course now for just to kind of move myself forward on some of the skills that I've learned from doing this as a job, YouTube, social media marketing, etc., that I can move forward with in a career. I can't do YouTube forever. So I need to find some other way of making some income so that I have something to fall back on when I do inevitably stop doing YouTube. So I am now doing a little bit of a course just to boost my knowledge and give myself some extra knowledge on what it is that I want to move forward with. So I did a couple of hours of that yesterday, and then I got a phone call around about 1:15, 1:30 to say that the car was ready to be picked up. Now, the car was in St Helens, which is 6 miles away from me, and I had to get the bus there. A taxi would have cost me 15 quid. I wasn't paying 15 quid for a taxi 6 miles away. So I did get the bus, £2. Wasn't too bad, actually. So I did that, but it took about 40 minutes to get to St Helens. Then I had a 20-minute walk to the actual garage from the bus station. So all in all, it's like an hour round trip, and that's not door to door because I then have like 10 minutes this side to walk to actually more like 5 minutes this side to walk to the bus stop. So yeah, I did that yesterday. The car has to go to the Ford garage to get fixed. They can't do it. So I will need to contact the warranty company today. It's such a fucking ball ache. I'm actually sick of all of this now. It's driving me nuts. But alas, it is what it is. And then I did a little bit of reading yesterday, but it wasn't for Final Book Support Group. It was for the ARC vlog, and it was while I was on the bus. I wanted to test, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I wanted to test my motion sickness thing. I didn't get any on the bus yesterday, which was great. So I did a little bit of reading yesterday, but not much. I did like 19 pages of the arc that I'm currently in. And then this morning, I slept terribly last night. I'm not going to lie, really, really badly. So when Andy went to work, I was actually just going to stay in bed for another couple of hours and then get up about 7:30. I didn't end up doing that. I lay in bed for like half an hour. I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I sat up about 6 o'clock. I did some replying to some YouTube comments while I was sat in bed, and then I got up about 6:30. It's currently 8:10, so I've been sat at the computer now just planning my videos for October. I've like replanned all of my videos for October because Sarah has, from Wicked Reading, has released the horror bingo board for 2025 to 2026. I wasn't sure if she was going to do it this year because she has had a little baby this year. So I wasn't sure if she was going to do it this year because she's so, she's busy being a mum. But she has, and I'm so excited. So I've wanted to fit in a couple of videos to surround that, which is very exciting. So I've reshuffled my videos, and now I actually prefer the way that the month is looking. There is a lot of vlogs coming out in October, so I hope you're ready. But yeah, I have made the decision this morning. You will have seen a little bit of B-roll. I was going to try and make some progress on this, but the thing with this is that with this being kind of very loosely based on Korean mythology, and the names in it like Seiko, and we've got Hani, and we have Hashini, I can't remember what his name is, Seiko's brother. There is a couple of names in here that are very, very similar. And if I'm not following along with the physical book, if I'm not tandem reading, if I'm not immersion reading, I am going to get very confused very, very quickly between my characters. So I'm just trying to find an example of the characters that were confusing for one of Seiko's chapters. Hwanin is his brother. We've also got Halmoni, not a character that's in here regularly, but just to show how, the names can sound very similar. And if I'm listening to the audiobook as well and I've got it sped up a little bit, like, I'm going to get confused very quickly, I think. We are on the ship now and our characters have narrowed down a little bit more. But I think on that basis, this is one that I'm going to have to immersion read, and I haven't got a great deal of time to be doing that right now. I kind of need something that I can whack on and I can potter about. My childhood bestie is coming. I don't know if she's staying tonight or if she's just coming tomorrow and staying tomorrow, but she could be staying tonight as well. So once I get home from work, I need to potter about, get some cleaning done, set the airbed up and everything. So I need an audiobook that I can whack on and just potter about and do that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do for now is put this down. I could revisit this on the weekend. There is a chance I may not finish it in this video. If I don't, I will come back to it for my 24-hour timer challenge, which is happening Monday, Tuesday. So you will see me wrap this up throughout September, but and in a video very soon, but it might not be this one, unfortunately, which is fine. I just hate sometimes, I know you guys don't necessarily, maybe some of you do care, but maybe you don't. I'm one of those people that likes to wrap the books up in the vlog that I'm currently filming, and especially if it's a themed vlog. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe you don't care. So what I have decided to do is pick up my Vampire Plus One instead by Jenna Levine. I had been mentioning from literally the beginning of this video that I really wanted to pick this one up, and I was worried I wasn't going to fit it in. I wanted to pick it up because I have got my Road Trip with a Vampire, the third one in this series. I have an arc of it from Evermore, and it comes out on the 25th, if I remember correctly. So I may try and read that by the end of the month, or I might try and read it in the arc vlog that I'm currently filming, and get it wrapped up by the end of the month in that arc vlog. But I have started the audiobook for my Vampire Plus One, as I've mentioned, and I'm currently on page 76. This is going by very, very fast. 20% in. And it's going by really, really fast. I do only have it on 2.1 times speed. I could probably speed it up a little bit more. But as I say, I've been messing about with my schedule and stuff, and I've been wanting to kind of concentrate on the book at the same time while doing that. So the synopsis for this one, let me get it up for you. We have Amelia Collins, who is tired of constant questions about her non-existent dating life, so she decided to get everyone off her back and once and for all by finding anyone to pose as her date to a family wedding. If he's annoying or embarrassing, so much better. Coincidentally, Reginald Cleves has centuries of experience at being rude, infuriatingly arrogant, and a fashion eyesore. Amelia keeps running into this peculiar man by accident, and it takes less than 5 minutes for her to realise he's perfect for her purpose. Because, as handsome as Reggie is, no one could possibly want to marry him, right? As Amelia and Reggie practice their Fomance. This is the first time I've ever seen that. Fomance. And more of Reggie's centuries-old secrets come to light. Amelia is surprised to find her first impressions could not have been more wrong, and that Reggie's bark might be worse than his bite. So far, Reggie and what is she called? Amelia have met. We've had their meet cute. It was very much so a bump in the middle of the road, literally, like, not in the car. Like, they're in the street. She's not watching where she's going, and he is trying to get away from some people, and they literally bump into each other. All of her work goes all over the floor, and he's like, some people are following me. Is there any chance you could just, like, pretend to laugh? And she's like, what? And he's like, pretend to laugh, blah, blah, blah. This goes on for several minutes, and then they do it. They pretend to laugh. And it gets the people off his back. Whether or not people are actually following, I don't know. I think they were, actually. Something has happened since that would give me the indication that maybe somebody was. And then we have Amelia going to a family dinner. Her parents are mithering the shit out of her because she's not married, she's not settled down, etc., etc. And she kind of, like, her mum is going on about the cousin's wedding. You'll get your invite soon. Oh, Amelia, you get a +1. Why don't you bring someone? And Amelia kind of, like, just accidentally blurts out. Actually, she did it sarcastically, but literally no one in the family picked up on it. But she blurts out, oh yeah, I'll bring my boyfriend. Nobody picked up on it. Mum thought she was dead serious, and she ended up going with it. So now she's in this situation where she's ended up bumping into Reggie again in a coffee shop, and she has asked him whether or not he will help her out with this, and he's all for it. He thinks this is great. So yeah, he is a vampire, naturally. The clue is in the title. And we are getting the odd kind of diary entry from him as well. His best friend has him seeing a therapist. I think he's a new vampire. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun, and this is what I want. It's fun, it's cheesy, it's fresh. It is a paranormal romance, but it's set in the modern day, in this world. I think I need that as well, because the other thing I think that I'm struggling with a little bit with this is that I kind of don't want to immediately go back to it, and it's not the book's fault. I know for a fact it's not the book's fault, because we're at a point in the story where it's about to get very, very interesting, and we're about to find more information out about what the frick is going on in this book. But I think because I've read 3 romances back to back, we had Alchemy and a Cup of Tea, we had Rainbow Grey, and then we had Ghostsmith, and these are all set in, you know, not this world. So I also had Sweets and Sycamore, which, although it's a cozy fantasy, but it's not, again, set in this world. What else did I read? Oh, Fire in the Sky, Sorcery and Small Magic. So I haven't read, like, a contemporary for a while. It's been a while since I've read a contemporary. So at least with this one, although there's a paranormal element to it, it is a contemporary, and I think I need that. I've been reading a lot of fantasy, and I think I need a contemporary just to sort myself out a little bit. The other arc that I am currently reading, Mourner for Hire, is also a contemporary at the moment as well. So that is great. So yeah, I think I just need a couple of contemporaries to sort of sort myself out. So I'm hoping to get this one finished in this vlog. That is my aim. It says I have 8 hours and 4 minutes left, and I'm on 2.1 times speed, so approximately just shy of 4 hours, maybe 3 hours 50 minutes left of the audio. So yeah, when I get back later, I do have some pottering to do to get the house clean. I might go down and put some toast in now, and because I've got like another hour before I need to leave the house, so I might go down, put some toast in, empty the dishwasher, sort the washing out, because I've got washing down there that needs sorting out, just potter about a little bit this morning, get some of the cleaning done this morning, and then when I get back I've not got as much to do later. I will be going to my dad's today for work, so yeah, it's busy. It's been a busy couple of days. I feel like I clocked off yesterday. I did you an update and then just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth a little bit. It was pissing it down yesterday in St. Helens when I went to drop the car off, and the walk to the bus station was so long. It had me going by this, I showed you some B-roll, but it had me going by like this lake, and I thought, this is really weird. Why has it got me going around here? I'm sure I could have gone on the main pavement area. And when I was going by it, I actually felt a little bit unsafe. It was beautiful, don't get me wrong, and especially like while it was raining as well, it was actually really pretty, but I felt a little bit unsafe. I felt very exposed, and I actually walked past a tent as well. There's clearly someone homeless living there, and I did feel, not because I'd seen that tent, in general I was feeling a little bit unsafe. Nobody would have known I was there. It was quite early in the morning, so in general, I felt a little bit unsafe, and then I saw the tent and I was like, fucking hell. So I sped up a little bit, and then not long after I got to the bus stop, but I definitely could have gone the normal way around. So on the way back, I didn't go via I don't know what it is, canal, a lake. No, it's not a lake, it's a canal. But it was very pretty. I just didn't feel particularly safe. Once I'd started off walking, I'd said to myself, I wish I had my headphones. Once I got to that canal, I was like, I'm glad I've not got my headphones on. So yeah, going to be a busy day today, hoping that I can still make some progress in this book. I've already made some progress in the book, to be fair. I'm 20% in, but if I could get like 50% in today, that would be fantastic. I think I could potentially get further than that today. I've got like another hour that I could listen to now, and then when I get home later, I'll have a couple of hours before Andy gets home. I could get it finished today, which would be fantastic. And then maybe I can go back to the God and the Guisin later. Maybe I'll make some more progress in it this weekend, and then maybe I'll finish it in the 24-hour timer challenge. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get it finished during this vlog, so we'll see what happens with that. Maybe I end up picking something else up, another contemporary. I do have Wildside by Elsie Silver that I could read. I've also got Play Along because I want to finish that series off. I'm not sure what... I could do Daydream. That would wrap that series up once and for all, because I'm kind of sick to death of seeing it on my shelves. I do think that I need contemporary. Do I have any contemporary arcs that I could... I do have a bunch of contemporary arcs, but they're all physical reads, and I won't get those done this weekend. I could do This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan as well. That could be an option, because I do want to wrap that series up this year. So I have a couple of options for contemporaries that I could do. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I have any thrillers. Oh, that could be fun. I've been making my horror bingo board. I'm so fucking excited, honestly. Very excited. There'll be a couple of videos coming up for that soon, but really stoked for that. I could also go back to Unexpected Peril. The only problem with that is that I wasn't enjoying it, and I do wonder if that ever so slightly put me in my slump, because I wasn't loving it. But I don't know if I necessarily have any thriller or horror series specifically on the go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think. Anyway, we'll see how I get on with my Vampire Plus one first. But I'm going to go, and I will check back in with you later on today, maybe, or tomorrow. Okay, good morning. It is... I'm looking at the date. That doesn't tell me what day it is. It's Friday. It's currently 11 o'clock. I've been awake since about 20 past 8. I've been up since about 20 past 9. I was faffing on my phone in bed for a little bit. And then I've been just dealing with some warranty stuff with the car. I'm at the end of my tether, I will tell you that. My Vampire Plus one by Jenna Levine. I'm currently 166 pages into this. Still enjoying it. It's a fun, quirky, silly time. I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as My Roommate is a Vampire. I will say that much. But I'm still enjoying it nonetheless. I am 44% in. And I would like to finish that today, maybe, or at least make some more progress on it. But I also want to get some filming done today, so I will have to see how that goes. But I do have a parcel from Books Please, so I thought we could open it together, because I'm very excited for what's in here. If you didn't know, I do have a discount code. It's actually an affiliate code for Books Please. So you get 5% off and I earn a little bit of commission. It's always in the description box down below, but they basically do already discounted books, and then you can get 5% off on top. It's £1.99 in the UK, at least anyway, for delivery on any amount of books. It doesn't matter how many you order, it's a standard price. So if you order one book, it's £1.99. If you order 10, it's £1.99. And I think they deliver internationally. I'm sure they do, actually. So, and you can get like US editions of stuff and UK editions of stuff. So depending on where you are in the world and depending on what edition you want, you could get a different edition than where you are located. And you will always get some bookmarks from them. I reckon they should just put in the amount of bookmarks of the books that you're buying, but they always put more in. Buzz off, I'm reading The Magic of Imagination. I've had this one before. I'm in my reading era. Book bliss. Just living my best life and following through the pages. Very cute indeed. Lots of bookmarks there. So the books that I did end up purchasing, I think these are all US editions actually, and I'm excited about that situation. So I did get myself a copy of Your Favourite Scary Movie by Ashley Cullens. I'm excited about this. It's a non-fiction about the making, I think, of Scream, the ultimate story of the Scream movie franchise, featuring interviews from more than 80 key players and an in-depth exploration of the creation and legacy of the films that revived a dying genre. I'm excited for this. It's got like that was probably a bit too gory for the internet. It's got like pictures inside and stuff like that. So I'm excited to give this a read because the Scream franchise is one of my favourite horror movies, one of my favourite horror franchise, along with Halloween actually. So yeah, looking forward to that. I love this cover. Looking forward to that. And then I did get Hour of the Pumpkin Queen by Megan Shepherd. This is the sequel to Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, which I read last year or the year before, and it is following Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm excited. The UK one was a paperback and it was a bit more of a boring cover. I'll show a picture of it here, but I have the hardback for the first one, so I wanted to get the hardback for the second one to match. So yay for that. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like this has been put on a little bit skew with though, maybe because the Nightmare Before Christmas isn't central on the spine, which bothers me a little bit. It is what it is. And then the last thing that I did get is my US copy of Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. Look at how pretty she is. I'm going to annotate this one to take with me to the Lucy Jane Wood event on the 1st of October. So I'm going to read and annotate this one like I did with Rewitched and get both of those signed. I'm going to take my Waterstones copies as well. They are already signed, but if she's signing and personalising multiple, then I'll get them all personalised. But if not, I'll just get the US ones done because my Waterstones ones are already signed. So yeah, very excited about that as well. So those are just the 3 books that I did get. They're all the US editions, so that's exciting. So as I say, you can get books from Books Please.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Sorry about that, my dad phoned. So if you wanted to get yourself some books from Books Please, I will leave all the information in the description box down below. It is an affiliate code. I do earn a little bit of commission. I need to be very honest about that. But yeah, they're a great company, a great outfit. The books are always in fantastic condition. You know, there's never anything wrong with them. They don't come battered or anything. In fact, I've had more books coming battered from Waterstones than I have Books Please recently. So yeah, but those just a little haul that has come in today, which I've kind of needed, to be honest. I'm so stressed about this car stuff. So I'm going to go because I've got some stuff I need to get on with. I'm hoping to maybe get some more reading done, and I will check back in with you and have another update for you. Okay, hello, good afternoon. It is Sunday. It's the final day of Final Book Support Group. This vlog feels like it's been going on forever because I actually started this on Wednesday last week and with Alchemy and a cup of tea, and it went on and on and on, a little bit too long for my liking. I didn't do a great introduction to this video and didn't explain that I'd started it earlier, and the reason that I was doing that was that I was supposed to be going away this weekend. But that all fell to pieces when I had to take my car into the garage on Wednesday this week. So here we are with an approximately week and a half long vlog for Final Book Support Group, and not many books finished, in all honesty. I have managed to get through 3 so far. I've actually just finished a 4th one, and my aim is to finish a 5th one today, and that will probably be it, but we'll see if I do manage anything else. The 4th one that I have managed to finish is actually a random one, but Blood on the Tracks, volume 13. I can't remember if I've already edited up until this point, and I can't remember if I mentioned that I may dive into this, but I have up to the final volume of this series, which is volume 17, and I just had like 20 minutes to kill before sprints start in literally like 3 minutes. So I thought that I would read this. It was very quick to get through, and I've been wondering why we go from red and white covers to blue and white covers, and I've just figured it out now. There is a time jump between the last volume that I just read, volume 12, and this one. So this one does follow Seichi, who in the first few volumes, basically an accident happens with his cousin, but his mum has something to do with it, and the relationship between him and his mum seems to have maybe some mental issues, some attachment issues to Seiko, etc. And it just seems to go from bad to worse for him as he's a young man. And then this one kind of has a time jump in it, and I wasn't expecting it at all, but it explains a lot because the rest in the series from this point on are blue and white rather than red and white. So maybe it's a turning point for Seiko to try and get his life in order away from his mum and the toxicity that she would bring to his life. So yeah, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Overall, this series has kind of been a mid, like 3.5 star series for me. It's been interesting enough, intriguing enough for me to continue to know exactly what is going on. But other than that, I haven't loved it. It's just been kind of insane, but with very little explanation. So I think it will be interesting to try and like see what happens now to him when he's a grown man and where his life is going to take him. So I did give that one 4 stars, and I am going to continue on now for the rest of the day. I'm about to do sprints. Jade is supposed to be joining me, but I don't know where she is, and we've got 1 minute to go. So maybe I need to send her a reminder. But I'm going to continue on with my Vampire Plus one by Jenna Levine. I'm on page 166, 44% in. So I do have about 2 hours and 45 minutes of the audiobook left of this one. So I'm hoping to get through that today. And if I manage any more volumes of this, that would be fantastic. But otherwise, we will be wrapping this vlog up today. It may just be tomorrow morning when I come back to wrap it up. But I'm edited up until the clip before this one. So that's fantastic news, and I'm really happy with that. I'm also wearing the same sweater I noticed in the previous clip. It is a different day. A couple of days have actually gone by where I haven't spoken to you. I think I spoke to you maybe Friday morning. Maybe it was even Thursday. I don't know. It's now Sunday. So yesterday what did we do in the morning? I actually have no recollection of what we did yesterday morning whatsoever. Oh my God, how bizarre is that? Oh, Laura was here. My childhood bestie. Jesus Christ, Laura was here. She came Friday evening about 5:30ish, and she left yesterday about 12:20. And then we watched the F1 qualifying, and then we went to my brother's for tea. So, all fun and games. But yeah, it was an interesting day. Didn't get much reading done. I got some reading done for my ARC vlog, but nothing for this video. So I'm glad that I've managed to get through that. This gave me a quick sense of achievement, and now I can get back to my Vampire Plus one, and I'm hoping to make some good progress in that. It is only 3 o'clock, so fingers crossed we can do that. So I'm going to go, and I will check back in with you probably tomorrow to wrap this vlog up and let you know how I got on.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, hello. I'm here to wrap this vlog up. I might as well get it done and dusted now instead of leaving it till tomorrow. So it is currently 5 to 11 in the evening. I came off sprints with Jade about maybe 45 minutes to an hour ago, and then we hung out for a little bit backstage, which was nice. And I have managed to finish another book, which is very exciting. So we're going to quickly run through exactly what it is that I read for this round of Final Book Support Group. I think on the basis that I actually started like Wednesday last week, and we've essentially then had 12 days of this vlog, I think. I haven't done too great, I've got to be honest, but I'm still happy with my progress. I think I've, continuation stationed a couple of things, and then I've wrapped up a couple of series as well. So it's not been all bad, but I didn't get through as much as I hoped I would for this round. But again, progress is progress. It is what it is. So I have in fact finished and wrapped up the Tomes of Tea series by Rebecca Thorne. I did give this one 4 stars, I think it was. Overall, this series was a 4-star read for me. The series was a 4-star series for me. The Tea at the Altar is my favourite, book number 3. So I have wrapped this series up, which is very exciting. So final book for that one. Then I did read Rainbow Grey Eye of the Storm, which is a continuation station, book 2 in this series. I really did want to come back round to book 3 in this series just to get it done and dusted, but unfortunately that hasn't worked out so well for me. So I don't know, maybe I'll try outside of final book support group, but if not, probably the next final book support group. I did end up giving this one 4 stars as well. I enjoyed it. Once I was in it, I enjoyed the series. I remembered why I liked the series. Then I did wrap up this series with Ghostsmith by Nikki Palpretto, book 2 in the House of Dead duology. Oh, it actually says that on the front as well, so she's not going to do an edition, which is great. So really liked this one. Didn't love it as much as the first one, but I think this still got 4.5 stars if I remember correctly. The right rating will be on screen. So really enjoyed this series. Loved it actually because I gave Bonesmith 5 stars. It was fantastic. So very excited to finally have that series wrapped up. I did then read Blood on the Tracks Volume 13 by Shuzo Oshimi today, and this one, it makes sense now why the colour change has happened. I did say that to you earlier, but I gave this one 4 stars, which is probably the highest rated in this series so far for me. And then I did finish my Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine, which is book 2 in that series. I do have book 3 as an arc on my TBR card. So I did finish a book 2, my Vampire Plus One, and I gave this one 3.5 stars. Now, I will say, this wasn't my favourite in this series. I preferred the first one, My Roommate is a Vampire. I really liked that one. I was like kind of into both of the characters. I liked the MMC. It's not that I didn't like the MMC in this one. I thought he was enjoyable, but I wasn't like into him. So when it started to get spicy, I felt like a little bit awkward. I felt a little bit out of place. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody else is like this with romance books, but you've got to have some attachment or some, you know, the hots maybe for the MMC in order for it to work for you when it becomes spicy. I don't know if that's a thing or not, or if I'm just weird, or maybe I just lost my way with the book because I'd not picked it up for a couple of days. Maybe it was that, I don't know. But regardless, I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't dislike it, I just didn't love it. The smoke gave me the ick just ever so slightly. So I am still intrigued to pick up Road Trip with a Vampire. I'm excited about that one because I think there's a witch in it as well, which should be fun. So yeah, I am excited about that one. But yeah, 2 final books, 3 continuation stations. Didn't do too bad. I did do a Out of Sight, Out of Mind. I think if I put the bingo board up here, I will show what I've ticked off and what I managed to achieve. Fairly certain that I won't have wiped the board out, but I've definitely got some bingos, some lines somewhere. So yeah, I think it went all right. Didn't go great, but didn't go terribly. Could have been worse. So I think it went all right. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's not too confusing with the timing because I didn't explain myself very well at the beginning of the vlog because I forgot that I'd started it early once I did an intro again to the video, and I can't be bothered to refilm the intro. So hopefully that clears things up with the vlog. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. Chat to me in the comments down below. Did you take part in Final Book Support Group? How did it go? Let me know, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.